Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got the final game of this two-game series between the San Diego Padres and Giants. And can the Giants come out of town with a split, or will San Diego take both games here in this two-game series? Leading off for the Padres playing left field is Richards, batting second, playing second. Florida batting third, playing center field is Gwynn. Batting fourth, playing third base, Caminetti. Batting fifth, playing shortstop is Tatis. Batting sixth, playing right field is Winfield. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Santiago. Batting eighth, playing first base is Corbett. Batting ninth on the mound is Kirby. And for the hometown San Francisco Giants, leading off, doing the catching is Dietz. Batting second, playing second's Kent. Batting third, playing left field is Barry Bonds. Batting fourth, playing center field is Mays. Batting fifth, playing first base is McCovey. Batting sixth, playing right field is Bobby Bonds. Batting seventh, playing third base is Sandoval. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Crawford. And on the mound and batting ninth is Madison Bumgarner. Let's get down here to the field and get this game started. And to lead it off is Gene Richards, batting 143 with no homers and 2 RBIs. Madison Bumgarner's third appearance. He's 1-1 with a 3.86 ERA. We'll take a look here at the standings real quick in this Western Division. As you can see, the Giants are 2 games up on the Dodgers and Padres here. So let's see what happens. The Padres could get within a game here. And here we go with the first pitch to Gene. And that ball is hit hard. Where's this going to go? Madison Bumgarner gets grooved here. That ball is going to be hit hard in the right field, but luckily Bobby gets over there quickly, cuts it off, and holds Gene to a single. Now Gene's down at first with nobody out. Let's see if he's going to take off and steal. That is the question here, folks. Will he take off and steal second? And he's a C. He can't steal. So they're not going to be stealing yet.
Florida.
So Mark Loretta comes up to the plate. He's batting 111 with no homers and no RBIs. They might do a hit and run now. Might put the old hit and run in. And they are. Loretta's going to put the hit and run on. And that's going to be a ball. Actually, it's going to be a strike, ain't it? Yeah, that's a strike, and he's off and running. So that'll be a -4 minus. So that's a 28. A 28. A 54 or lower. He's safe with Mark missing the swing. What did I say it was? 54. And he's barely in there. Gene makes it. So the hit and run don't work, but Gene makes it down the second on a stolen base. So now the Padres got a runner in scoring position. And nobody out. And the 0-1 pitch to Mark. And here it is. That's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And he's going to stay put. No use trying to get thrown out when a single's going to score you anyway. Now you got Tony Gwynn up, runner down in scoring position and 1 out. As Parallel League joins us here. And Tony's batting .259. He's got a homer and 10 RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 19 and a 8. That's hit down the short. A 62 and a 9. And that's barely fielding column 2. He's going to look the runner back to second. Fire over to first. Now there's 2 outs and the runner still down at second. Up to Ken Caminiti now. Get a 2-out base hit to drive in that run. And Caminiti's batting 200, no homers and no RBI. And that's a swing and a miss. And Madison, with the leadoff single, pitches around it. He gets stranded at second. It is San Diego nothing. The Giants coming to the plate with Dietz, Kent, and Bonds. And Christopher joins us here. Check out his great channel, folks. And Dietz, he's batting 114 with 1 homer and 2 RBIs. Clay KIRBY, this is his 3rd appearance. He's 0-1 with a 4.5 ERA. Here's the pitch to Dietz. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Gwynn makes the catch. And there's 1 down. And Jeff Kent comes to the plate now. And Jeff's batting 375 with 4 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ken Caminiti. And there's quickly 2 outs. And that brings up Barry Bonds. If you're a San Diego fan, this is how you want the bases empty. With Barry up, 2 down. Nobody on. Barry's batting 364 with 10 homers and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the deep left field. Gene's back short of the track, makes the catch. And that's a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. To the top of the second we go. No score. Teets, Winfield, and Santiago due up. And Tatis is batting 231. He's got a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to McCovey. He takes it himself, and there's 1 down. That brings up Dave Winfield. And Dave, he's not Mr. April. He might be Mr. May, but he's only batting 167 with a homer and 2 RBIs here in April. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Willie makes the catch. There's 2 down here in the second. And Benny's up. Santiago is batting 455, off to a great start. No homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play. 43 and a 36. That's going to be a called strike 1. Benny's like, well, make sure Madison doesn't only pitcher getting that. And that's going to be lifted in the left field. Barry takes a few steps to his left, makes the catch, and that'll do it. The side's retired in order. Bottom of the second we go. You got Mays, McCovey, and Bonds due up, the Bobby type. And Mays is batting 236 with 4 homers and 7 RBI. That's going to be a ground ball down to Tatis at short. Over to Corbett, and there's 1 down. Brings up Willie McCovey now. McCovey, 152 batting average, no homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Kirby's first strikeout of the game. 2 down here. And it's up to Bobby to get something started. And Bonds is batting 242, no homers and 1 RBI. And he gets a hold of this one, Bobby. It's hitting well here against these Padres. That ball is hit into the gap in right field. That's going to be a 2-out double. So Bonds is down at second. And the Panda's up. Kung Fu Panda Sandoval's up. The runner in scoring position and 2 outs. He's batting 225. He's got 2 homers and 5 RBI. That's going to be a fly ball out to Gwynn. That'll end the inning. Bobby gets stranded at second. To the top of the third we go. Still no score. You got Corbett due up, followed by Kirby, and then back to the top of the order in Richards. And Nate's batting 182. He's got a homer and an RBI in the game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. BUMGARNER's second strikeout. of the game. That brings up Kirby. And Kirby's 0 for 4 looking for his first hit of the year. And that's not going to happen. It's a ground ball down to Kent. He fields it cleanly over to McCovey and quickly 2 down here in the third. Back to Gene. He started this game off with a single and stole second on the missed hit and run. Here's the pitch to Gene. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Nice play by Crawford. Takes a hit away from Gene. And that'll end the inning. The Padres go down 1-2-3 in the third. Part of the order due up here for the Giants. Crawford, Bumgarner, and then back to Dietz. Crawford's batting 179. He's got 3 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the mark at second. 1 down here in the third. Madison Bumgarner's up. He's looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 5. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not good when you walk the pitcher. Let's see if the Giants can make him pay. Madison down at first. And Dietz at the plate. Dietz is 0 for 1. Flew out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And that's going to be a nice play down there by Caminetti. He gets to it, and only play is going to be over to first. Runner gets in the scoring position, but now there's 2 outs for Kent. Can Jeff Kent come through here and get buried? I'm bad here. Kent is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Dave Winfield. Now to win the inning, the Giants strand 1. To the top of the fourth we go. Mark's due up, followed by Gwynn and Caminetti. And Mark's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Crawford. And he boots that. It's going to be an E6. So the leadoff batter's aboard on the air. Now Tony Gwynn's up. They're going to do a little hit and run here with Gwynn. See if they can stay out of the double play. And that's going to be a perfectly executed hit and run. Perfectly. That ball is hit in the hole. Down the short, goes in the left field. The runner will get down the third. And it's first and third. Nobody out. Nice job by Tony Gwynn. First and third now. And up to the plate is Ken Caminetti. The Giants will play back for the double play. Caminetti struck out his last time up. Bumgarner will take that. This time around, that's going to be a 11. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Mark will score. Gwynn will stop at second with nobody out. And it's 1-0 and still nobody out. And Tatis comes up with first and second. And he's 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Can Crawford field this one cleanly? Remember, this inning started off with that error. That'll be fielding column 2. And that is going to be the old 6-4-3 double play. The runner will get down the third, though, but that's 2 outs and a 1-0 ball game. Bumgarner gets the pitcher's best friend there. Brings up Winfield now, trying to keep this a 1-run inning. Winfield's 0 for 1. He flew out the maze his first time up. Not this time, folks. Dave says no, no, no. And that ball is hit high. That ball is hit far. And Willie can turn around and watch this one leave the park. Dave Winfield blast one, folks. And it is now a 3-0 ball game. Remember that cross there? I think maybe 1 run's earned. Let's look here. I think 1 earned run out of this. No earned runs. They're all unearned runs. So now Benny's up. Benny and the Jets. Benny Santiago's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short again. And again, Crawford messes it up. 2 errors in 1 inning for Crawford. Not his best game of the year. And now Nate comes up. Can they keep adding on to this 3-0 lead? And nope, that's going to be a ground ball down to Kent. He goes the short way over to second. But 3 unearned runs scored, 2 of them on the Winfield homer. It's 3-0 San Diego. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Barry, Mays, and McCovey due up. Can they get some of these runs back? Barry's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be against the righty 13. And that's going to be a base hit. Barry gets aboard here with a single. Now you got Willie Mays up with a runner down at first. Nobody out. And here's to pitch to Mays. And that's going to be a fly ball out to deep right field. Winfield goes back, makes the catch. There's 1 down. And Willie McCovey comes up. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that brings the tying run to the plate. And old dad, Bobby Bonds. His son's down at second. Willie's down at first. First and second, 1 down. And Bobby is doubled in this game. Can he do it again? And nope, that's a fly ball out to left field. Gene makes the catch. And there's 2 down now. Now it's going to be up to the Panda to deliver here with 2 outs. And Sandoval, he's 0 for 1. Flew out to the Gwynn his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He fires over to second the short way. Now to win the inning. The Giants straying 2. To the top of the 5th we go. 3-0 San Diego trying to sweep these Giants here in San Francisco. You got Kirby due up, then back to the top of the order, and Gene and Mark. Clay is 0 for 1. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bumgardner strikes him out. Only his 3rd strikeout of the game. Brings up Gene now. And Gene's 1 for 2 with a stolen base in this game. That's going to be a base on balls. He walks on down to first. And he might try to take off again here, folks. That'll be a 28. That'll be a 54 or lower. And he throws him out. Dietz does. Throws him out this time. Now there's 2 outs. Nobody on for Mark. Should have probably did a hit and run again. And that's going to be against the lefty. 12. And that's going to be a base hit. It always happens, don't it? That's a base hit in the left field. As soon as a runner gets thrown out, the batter always gets a hit, don't he? So now you got Gwynn at the plate with 2 outs and a runner on. Gwynn's 1 for 2 singled and came around the scorer his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bobby. Out to Barry. Out to left field. And now to win the inning. Padres strand 1. Still lead this game 3-0. We go to the bottom of the 5th. You got Crawford, Bumgardner, and back to Dietz. Crawford is 0 for 1, grounded out. And that's a base on balls. Crawford will trot on down to first. And Bumgardner's going to try to bunt him over to second here, get him in scoring position. Try to break the ice. And that's going to be a nice bunt. Ball is bunted down to first. And Corbett takes it himself. Only plays 2 first. And That'll get the runner down to second. And Dietz is up. One out and a runner in scoring position. Dietz is 0 for 2. And here's the pitch to Dietz. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Kirby strikes him out. Now there's 2 down. Can Jeff Kent deliver here? Kent is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. And he does deliver. That ball is high. That ball is far. And that ball is out of here. Kiss it goodbye. And it sure helps batting in front of Barry. You sure don't want to walk Kent. He gets one groove to him. And he takes advantage of it. Makes it a 1-run ball game. And now got Mr. Barry Bonds up. And Barry's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Kirby didn't want him tying the game up. Now Mays can put the Giants ahead. Tying run at first. Go ahead, run at the plate. Let's see here. Can he... And I think Barry's going to try to steal here. That will be a 6. Yeah, Barry's going to try to steal. So it'll be a 51 or lower. And he's thrown out. Barry gets thrown out trying to steal. Good job by Benny. And they're shaking their head in San Francisco. Willie up. Tying run at first, and Barry gets thrown out trying to steal. Now you go to the top of the 6th. It's a 1-run game. Caminiti, Tatis, and Winfield due up. Caminiti with a RBI single his last time up. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. See where this one's going to land at. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. So an insurance runs down at second with nobody out for Tatis. Can Bumgarner get out of this with nobody scoring and keep it a 1-run game? Tatis 0 for 2, grounded out both times. Last time was a 6-4-3 double play. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, a big strikeout by Bumgarner. And now there's 1 down. And now you got Dave Winfield at the plate, and he's 1 for 2. He had a 2-run homer his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball. 44-9 should be fielding column 1, and it is. And he's going to look the runner back to second. Crawford does. Fires over to first. Now there's 2 down, and Caminiti still down at second. And Santiago comes up, who just got done throwing Barry out. He's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error his last time up. And that's going to be a rare play, a 38 probably. That's going to be a pass ball. Caminiti's going to get down the third. So now you got a runner 90 feet away and a 1-0 pitch to Benny. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bumgarner comes back, strikes him out. His 5th strikeout of the game. Padres leave 1. And it's still 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And Mays will lead it off. He was up to bat when Barry got thrown out. You can see the team comparisons. Padres are 7-7. They scored 54 runs on 12 homers. 7 stolen bases have been caught twice. And the Giants are 9-5, scored 75 runs, 31 homers, 3 stolen bases, and been caught twice. And Mays, McCovey, and Bonds due up. Willie 0 for 2, grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be against the righty 15. And that's a base hit by Mays. So the tying run gets aboard here in the bottom of the 6th. Tying run comes to the plate, and Willie McCovey. McCovey's 0 for 1. He's walked his last time up and struck out yet to put the ball in play. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a ground ball. 33, and that should be fielding column 1. And they'll get the lead runner out. So that'll be a 1-6 put out. Now McCovey's down at first for Bobby. And Bobby is 1 for 2. He's doubled in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball, a 53 and a 5. That'll barely be fielding column 2. And that'll be a swing and a miss. He strikes Bobby out. Now there's 2 outs, and it's up to the Panda as Aaron Reed joins us here. And Sandoval 0 for 2 today. Can he deliver here? Nope. That's going to be a 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And he'll go the short way over the second. 4-6 put out. The Giants strand another one. We go to the top of the 7th. It's a 3-2 San Diego lead. Bottom part of the order coming up here for San Diego. Corbett, Kirby. This will probably be a pitch hitter for Kirby. And back to Gene. And Nate is 0 for 2 today. Not anymore, because that ball is high. That ball is far. Nate Corbett just hit his 2nd homer of the year, folks. And he makes it a 4-2 game. That would be it for Kirby. So he's going to come off the bench here. And old Bip, he's going to come off the bench. With nobody out and nobody on. San Diego leading 4-2. And Bip Roberts is batting .220 on the year with a homer and 3 RBIs. Sorry, 2 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this, and all of a sudden, Bumgardner's having a rough outing here in this 7th inning. And that ball is driven into the gap, and that's a pitch hit double by Bip. And now you got a runner in scoring position, still nobody out. And they like to get Bumgardner through this inning. He's due to be 2nd in the bottom of the inning. Now you got Gene up. Nobody out, a runner at 2nd. He's 1 for 2. He walked and got caught stealing his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Barry makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And Mark deliver here with 1 out and a runner down at 2nd. He's 1 for 3, singled his last time up. He's reached on an error and came around the score in the 4th. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 4-12 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. 53 and an 8. And that'll be fielding column 2. And there's 1 out. That's going to be popped up to Kung Fu Panda. And there's 2 outs, and Bip is still down at 2nd. It's up to Tony Gwynn here to add to this 4-2 lead. And he is 1 for 3 with a single and came around the score. And that's going to be a 40 team. So that's going to be a 7, 9, 13, 36. That'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a pass ball. The runner will get down the 3rd. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Gwynn. And that's going to be grounded down to Crawford. He fires over to 1st. But the Padres add 1 on the homer. And makes it a 4-2 game as we go to the 7th inning stretch. And with the left lefty coming up in the bench. Lucas is going to come on the pitch. So Lucas will come in here to pitch. Try to set things up here for Trevor Hoffman. This is Lucas' 5th appearance. No record, no ERA. He's got Crawford, a pitch hitter from Madison, and then back to Dietz. Crawford is 0 for 1. He did walk and came around to score his last time up. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. He drives that ball down the first base line. That's going to be a leadoff double. And just like that, tying run comes to the plate, and that'll be it for Madison Bumgarner. See who's going to come off the bench here with the lefty on the mound. And Cepeda is going to come off the bench. Orlando Cepeda's coming off the bench here with a runner in scoring position, nobody out. The baby Bulls coming out of the dugout. Cepeda's batting .250, no homers, and 2 RBIs. Crawford out second with good speed. And a 4-2 ball game. Here's the pitch to Orlando Cepeda. And against the lefty, I'll make him a 13 and an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. The runner will get down the third. So that's a 4-3 put out. Not what you wanted from Orlando. Now you got Dietz up with the runner 90 feet away in a 4-2 ball game. Dietz is 0 for 3. He has flown out, struck out, and grounded out. And he gets a hold of this one. See where this one ends up at. And that ball is hit into the gap in left field. And that'll be an RBI double. And Dietz is down at second with a tie and run. It's a 1-run ball game, folks. How big was that homer in the 7th inning? This Lucas ain't getting the job done. He'll stay in the game, definitely to face Barry. So Kent's 1 for 3. He had a 2-run homer his last time up. Here's the pitch to Jeff. And that's going to be a base on balls. I don't know how smart this is. I understand the lefty, but you're going to walk Kent, bring Barry up. So first and second, Barry Bonds is 1 for 2. He singled. He walked his last time up, got caught stealing. Here's the pitch to Barry. And that's what I said. It wasn't smart because that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? That is the question. And that'll be a 16. Kiss it goodbye. Barry Bonds with his now 11th homer, leading the National League in 11 homers. And that ball is out of here. A 3-run jack. And it is now a 6-4 ball game. Not understand the walk to Kent. And that's going to be it for Lucas. Well, let's see here. You got Mays up, then McCovey. Don't let him pitch to Mays and McCovey. Mays is 1 for 3, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ken Caminiti. He picks it up, fires over to Corbett, and there's 2 down. And now Willie McCovey's up. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound and out to win the inning. But Lucas gives up 4 runs, 3 of them on the Barry Bonds homer. And now they trail this game 6-4. And he's going to come out of the bullpen here. And you got a switch hitter, and then the righty's coming up. So Mr. Beck is going to come out of the bullpen, try to nail down this 8th inning. And then Rob Nen will probably come on in the 9th. But Rob Beck's going to come out here and pitch the 8th. And you got Caminiti, Tatis, and Winfield due up here in the 8th. Now they're trailing by 2. Caminiti had a double his last time up, and he's got an RBI. He's 2 for 3. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Beck strikes him out for out number 1. Now Ken Caminiti comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Strikeout victim his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to McCovey. He takes it himself, steps on the bag for out number 2. And Tatis comes up. Sorry, not Tatis. I'm not talking about. Winfield comes up. Tatis just grounded out. Now Winfield, he's 1 for 3. He's got a 2-run homer in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bobby and right. Now to win the inning. The Padres go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 6-4, San Francisco. And got the righties left. They're going to let Lucas pitch here. You got the switch hitters coming up. A switch hitter coming up and a lefty. Bobby is 1 for 3 with a double. Struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Lucas strikes him out. And there's 1 down. And Sandoval, he is 0 for 3 today. He is grounded into 2 force plays and flew out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ken Caminiti for out number 2. And it's up to Crawford here to try to add to this 6-4 lead. Crawford is 1 for 2 with a walk, a double, and he scored twice. He doubled and came around to score his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Lucas strikes him out. We go to the top of the 9th. San Diego needs 2 to tie here. And Nen's coming in the game. Rob Nen will come in here, try to lock it down. He'll be facing the bottom 3rd of the order. He's got Santiago, Corbett, and a pitch hitter for Lucas due up. This is Rob Nen's 5th appearance, 3 saves, no ERA. You can see the team comparisons. The Padres 7-7 batting .229, .293 on base percentage, slugging .378 with a .671 OPS. The Giants 9-5 batting .257 with an on base percentage of .354, slugging .382 with an OPS of .736. Here's the pitch to Benny and the Jets. That's going to be a fly. Nope, that's a swing and a miss. Rob strikes him out for out number 1. Brings up Nate Corbett now. Let's see here. Do we want a pitch hit for Corbett? Yep, Gonzalez is going to come off the bench here. Pitch hit for Corbett and stay in the game if they're lucky enough to tie it up. Where's Gonzalez? And Gonzalez is batting .270 on the year with a homer and 6 RBIs. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and then strikes out the first 2 he faces. Can he strike out the side to end this game in style? We'll have a pitch hitter here for Lucas. Let's see here. Got any lefties on the Flannery, Kennedy. And Templeton's going to come out. Try to get on base. They need base runners. They're down by 2. They need a base runner. So Gary Templeton's going to come out of the dugout here and try to get on base. Got to bring the tying run to the plate here. And Gary's batting .373 on the year with no homers and 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Rob. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. McCovey takes it himself, steps on the bag, and that's your ball game as the Giants win 6-4. Take a look here at the box score. And the Padres, 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They out-hit the Giants but couldn't outscore them. The Giants, 6 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. And with that 4-run Giants 7th inning, they get Bumgardner off the hook and give him the win. Ken Caminiti was 2 for 4. The Padres were only 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Winfield and Corbett with homers. They left 5 men on base. And Barry Bonds, he goes 2 for 3 with that 3-run homer. Walking Jeff Kent in that situation. Still can't get over that. Yeah, did I drop that? Don't think I dropped any dice today. Yeah, the Giants were 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Jeff Kent and Barry Bonds both homered in the game. And the Giants left 3 men on base. KIRBY gets a no decision, pitched a good game. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, walked 4, struck out 3, and gave up a homer. Lucas blows the save, picks up the loss. 2 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 2, and gave up the 3-run homer to Bonds. Bumgarner gets the job done, gets his 2nd win of the year. 7 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, only 1 of them earned. Remember that big error, that who had the big error? That was Crawford had that error. He had 2 errors in the game. Yep. That left 3-run earned run score. So Bumgardner comes back and gets the win. 1 walk, struck out 5, gave up 2 homers. Beck comes in, pitches 1 inning, gets a strikeout. Rob Nen gets his 4th save of the year. 1 inning and 2 strikeouts. Yeah, blow the save and get the loss. So let's take a look here at the standings here and the leaderboard in the National League. The Braves are a game and a half up on New York. The Nats are 2.5 games back. Phillies 3, Marlins 4. And in the Central, the Brewers are a game up on the Cardinals and Pirates. A game and a half up on the Reds and Cubs. The Astros are 3 games back, and with the win, The Giants are now 2.5 games up on the Dodgers, 3 games up on Padres and Diamondbacks, and the Rockies are 4.5 games back. Jeff Bagwell is leading the league with a .415 average, and with his 11th homer, Barry Bonds is leading the National League in home runs. Sammy's leading in RBIs with 19. Barry's one behind him. And Kyle Hendricks leading the league with a 0.75 ERA. 4 pitchers tied with 4 wins on the year. And Kent DeCalvey with 5 saves leading the National League. And Sammy Sosa still leading in MVP voting. And Juan Marichal is leading in the Cy Young. I want to thank Aaron Reed and Christopher in Parallel League for joining us here today. If you're new to the channel, folks, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders, and hit that like button. The next game on the channel is going to be an American League game, and if I remember right, it's going to be the Orioles. Let's see here. I believe it's Baltimore. Yeah, it's going to be the White Sox going up against Baltimore. And I think it's a 3-game series. 1, 2. Yep, a 3-game series. So that'll be the next game on the channel, folks. Oh, you're welcome, Parallel League. Yeah, they got the bats, man. Their pitching staff's not that great. The pitching staff, now their bullpen's awesome, but their starters aren't that good compared to the rest of this league. But they definitely have the bats. Alrighty, folks. You all have a great day and take care.